Jess,
Jan, what's up?
are you all limbered up? You stretch.
Yeah, I'm getting swole.
Yep. Swole Team 6. I know there's only 2 of us, but we're actively recruiting at the Giant Bomb Gym. And you know why we're getting physical today?
Why, Jan?
Because sports are happening. Sports are happening.
Sportswear.
Sportswear, specifically on the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch Sports, to be completely super exact. Jess, I got the chance to play Nintendo Switch Sports, which is coming out pretty soon, actually. Games took a quick pause. Like we're in the calm right now. They're about to start dropping left and right.
We're in the eye of the storm where it's all calm.
Yes. And I'm happy to report Switch Sports, pretty neat.
Yeah?
I got some footage here, or some footy, and some screenshots here as well. We might be pausing the video, stopping the video, looking at screenshots here and there. So there are 6 games here at wherever Nintendo has placed us. We got volleyball, badminton, bowling, soccer, Chanbara?
I don't know. And when I first saw it, I thought it said Chanbana, which is what my area that I live in is called because it's Champaign-Urbana, so it's sometimes smushed as Chanbana.
Chanbana. I like that.
I'm not familiar. Not familiar with Chanbara.
And we also have Tenni. Not familiar with Tenni.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. So.
But I think we're going to start here with soccer. In soccer, there's a couple modes here. We can do 1-on-1 against another person, 4-on-4. So you are in a team with 3 AI members against another person and their 3 AI peeps. Free practice, and then a shootout mode. I think we're actually going to start with a shootout here.
And for those of you in Europe, that's what y'all call football.
Football. There we go. It's me against a Nintendo employee, and we tried back and forth. There was a lot of sports drama happening here, Jess. Can you hear this at all?
I can't, but I assume it sounds like sports.
Oh, let me send that over to you. So in the shootout mode, this is actually where they employ the use of the leg strap.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so you can strap this to whichever dominant kicking leg you got, and you kick as the ball is coming towards you in the shootout mode. Now, currently, when the game comes out, fast forwarded a bit here, got real tense. Look, tied up.
Oh,
damn it.
See, he has an unfair advantage. He works there.
This is also... So he wound up winning here, but I'll explain a little bit.
Oh, you look so sad. You're devastated.
They also,
face.
When I came to the office, Nintendo had already made this version of me, and I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks, guys, you got it right."
That's cute.
But currently, as the game is releasing, you can only use the leg strap with the shootout mode. There's plans on introducing the leg strap for use in the actual soccer, and we'll check out soccer footy in a bit. Footy, we did it again.
Footy.
Footy.
Footage. Footage for those of you in Europe.
Yes. What do we got next here? No, come on. Let's go back to the sports
got
selection.
That nice like Wii Switch jam sesh going on with the music.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The music in this is very good, and I know that sounds odd to say, but it harkens back to the good old days of the Wii, you know, that ambiance and everything. So every one of these sports games, they start with a tutorial, and the tutorial is skippable. So say you have someone popping over, they've never played it, they can quickly dip into this. You can skip it, though. In the volleyball, you're not actually controlling where your character is going. You're primarily in charge of bumping, which is an upwards motion on the Joy-Con. Setting, which is raising the roof here. And the funnest part, though, is spiking. So you have to swing up with the Joy-Con to jump and then smack it down to do a spike.
Okay.
And you can also block as well.
Raising the roof once more.
and we'll get into it with Demetrius again.
Andy looks like Brad.
And I think this was actually my favorite game from what I tried out. I thought it'd be a little awkward since you're not exactly controlling where you're going, but
so it's kind of like, I guess, the AI is kind of algorithmically figuring out where you ought to be to get the ball.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you to actually do your job and hit the dang thing.
So timing is very, very important in all of these games. Timing is specifically in this game. Demetrius. So you're seeing here that I'm bumping too early, and that'll actually affect where the ball winds up going. With the blocks too, you can kind of like add some elbow grease to the direction, so you can kind of like make it go to the left, make it go to the right. There we go.
Well,
good job, Pat.
Nice.
It's so funny.
Is this just you, or are you with another player, or is this an AI partner you have? I mean,
I have an AI partner here playing against a person and their AI.
Okay.
I gotta say the spiking is very satisfying. You don't have to be super exaggerated with your movements, but the game is completely fine if you're actually like going for it.
Yeah, I mean this looks smooth. Like this looks as if you have more control than, like, if you hadn't have told me that this was not you controlling the position of your character, I would not have known.
Yeah, and I think
does it feel like you wish you could move the character, or is this like, no, this works perfectly fine for what it is?
This works perfectly fine for what it is, because a lot of the stuff you have to focus. Ooh, look at that save, Jess!
Ooh.
A lot of it is timing. So if you are getting nices on each hit, you are adding a multiplier to your hits, which will make the ball go faster.
Oh.
Take that, Nintendo. Giant bomb.
Do you think Demetrius is going easy on you?
I thought about that after the day wrapped up of like, was he just being really polite and doing his job? But volleyball is super fun. I should mention you can play all of these games online against other people.
Oh.
Which I think is kind of, I don't want to say bold for Nintendo, but unexpected. Because in my
mind,
mind,
really into that generally.
In my mind, like Nintendo Switch Sports or Wii Sports was a very like play it in person type of deal, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like this would be the thing
that kind of went along with like the Wii as like the family console that you play with your immediate family, your mom, your dad, your baby sibling,
the folks. So this is bowling. Bowling's pretty self-explanatory. You can use the analog stick to move left and right on the lane, and then the face buttons to add a direction to where you're throwing the ball. You can add a little bit of juice or spin.
Oh, like a spin? Cool.
Yeah, a spin with your wrist, depending on how you throw it.
Ooh.
The thing that I kept forgetting is you have to constantly be holding down the ZR or ZL trigger button, because that's how you're holding the ball. It's funny because your Mii will drop the ball if you're not holding it.
Do you have footage of you dropping the ball?
No, I cut that out because I'm an expert in bowling. But this is the wild thing here. You can play up to 4 people, I want to say, on the same console. And y'all can be bowling simultaneously, which is fun.
Whoa. Hope you have a big apartment so nobody hits each other with the nunchucks.
I did ask, like, hey, are y'all worried about perhaps people breaking their TVs again, like how they were during like Wii Sports days? And the answer I got was, we encourage everyone to wear their wrist straps. Like, you have to wear your wrist strap for safety.
Well, also, to keep context to keep in mind is that the nunchucks on the Switch, I don't know if you would call them nunchucks.
Joy-Cons?
The Joy-Cons on the Switch are significantly lighter and smaller than the Wiimote ever was.
Yeah.
Wiimote was pretty chonky.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a hefty Joy-Con now that we're talking about it.
Let's add some weights, really feel the heft.
So we jumped forward a bit. I think we're just playing 10 frames.
Nice strike.
Pretty standard bowling. Yeah, these Nintendo folks, they ain't playing around.
They know the sweet spot to get
I
the
like.
strike.
I'm gonna pause it real quick. I like the little attitude, like I'm just holding my hip. I'm waiting. Like, come on, hurry up. Let's go.
I wish that they had those bowling animations that play when you actually go bowling,
like
and
the
they're really
turkey.
like all these ridiculous bowling animations. Like, what would Nintendo do with that format?
I guess you could do like the duck hunt duck, right? That'd be neat.
You could do all sorts of characters. Oh my god! You
Yeah.
have Samus being the ball and rolling into the pins, and then like doing a cool pose and stuff, like strike.
So on top of being able to create these specific like Nintendo Switch characters, you do have the option to play as Miis. So Miis have not been forgotten. I might bust out a Mii. Depending on how often you're playing a game.
Who could forget Miis?
Depending on how much you're playing, you wind up unlocking more cosmetics for your Switch characters here.
Makes sense.
Yeah, let's bowl
I
it.
love these. I love these environments. Like these are.
It's calming,
just
right?
Nice. Like,
It's like
it feels
you're at
a
a-
little futuristic, but not like far-flung future or anything.
Yeah, it's like you're on a nice cruise or at a
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
resort or something.
Ooh. Everything
Right.
looks new.
Can I do this? Let's get the spare. Nuts!
Oh,
So close.
damn.
Just need a little bit of jazz to that.
Spin
But I
it.
still won. 169.
Hey.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Spocko Square.
Spoko? Spocko?
Spoko? Spocko?
Spoko? Spackle?
Do you think this will have lore eventually?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
Wouldn't that be great?
It's funny because the tutorial images that pantomime the movements you're supposed to do are the same, in the same style as like Nintendo Switch or Ring Fit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like Ring Fit yoga instructor lady a little bit.
Yeah. But as far as I know, there's no ties to the greater Nintendo lore. Tennis, very, very
One day.
self-explanatory. You can play up to 4 players. You can do 2v2 if you're so inclined. Here, I'm playing 1v1.
Double Jan.
Double Jan. That's right. So you
Whoa.
wind up controlling both. This is the thing. I didn't realize how sensitive the motion controls were on the Joy-Cons, because these are your standard Joy-Cons. There's nothing special about them. And I didn't realize how sensitive they were to tracking movement. So similar to volleyball, you're not controlling the movement of the characters. They're going to kind of auto move towards where you're going, but you can swing and as both player characters on your field.
Oh,
Court?
okay. Court.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't. Ooh,
yeah. Let it be out.
That's right. Call me the Prince of Tennis, baby. Move over, Will Smith. I'm King Richard. No. But I was kind of just like, oh yes, Jess, go ahead, please.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Goodbye, thought. You had.
Bye thought. Fast forwarded a bit here. Demetrius and I were in quite the stalemate for a long time.
I don't know anything about. I know some things about how tennis is scored, but it's really confusing to me.
I still don't understand it. No. So I think at the end of a frame, you have to be 2 points ahead of your opponent. So that's why we had the advantage. But because we messed up, they subtracted our advantage. But I think I was just pleasantly surprised overall about everything with
It looks
Switch
fun.
Sports. Yeah, and I don't know, hearing that you can play most of these games, if not all, I think it's all, I'm pretty sure it's all of these games online is kind of cool, where you can kind of just shoot the stuff with some friends and play bowling, maybe play some tennis.
Yeah, so like you can do, lobbies, I assume, and also can you go up against total strangers?
I want to say you can go up against total strangers. This is badminton. Badminton is very. This is a very short clip of it. Again,
As we
similar.
call it in America, fancy tennis.
Fancy tennis, yes. Positioning is important here. So in terms of like pushing your opponent back or making them come forwards more. Again, you're not controlling your specific positioning. You're kind of going based off of where the hits are going. You can do a drop shot, which I think in badminton is like the little dainty, like, boop. So the shuttlecock just goes. Brrr.
That's what that thing's called.
Shuttlecock, yes.
Shuttlecock.
You can swing left and right. You can do a backhand here, just like in tennis. Yeah, that's about it with badminton. Never a fan of badminton.
Yeah, like the physics of badminton.
In real life?
The real sport. Yeah, the physics of the shuttlecock is not as pleasing as a tennis ball, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's my very hardline opinion about badminton as a sport.
Demetrius
What
is out for
kinda-
blood here.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, dang.
Wow, he's too good. What other sports do you think? Did they tease any future sports?
So I think they've
or-
announced that, and if they haven't announced this, I'm gonna have to go back and edit this out. They have announced that they are planning on incorporating golf in the future,
Oh right,
which would
golf.
be cool. So this, I think, I know I said volleyball was my favorite game, but I actually think this is my favorite game. This is Chanbara, Chanbara.
Chanbara.
You do have the option to switch up how you control this because there are a couple different methods of sword play. You can just do one Joy-Con each.
This is a sword sport.
Sword
Huh.
sports, yes. Or you can do two Joy-Cons, which after playing through this, I imagine would be very silly and intense.
Dual wield swords.
Yes, yes.
Yo. This is definitely the best sport I know already.
So there are three weapon selections. You can have a standard sword, a charged sword, which I didn't get the chance to check out, and then the twin swords, but that only works if you are using two Joy-Cons. Let's get into it.
I am very excited to see this sport.
So this is where it was surprising me, actually, in how well the Joy-Cons are tracking, because it's even getting like the mild shakes that I'm doing as I'm idling a little bit. And I know some of that is a character, but this, I broke a sweat in because I was kind of just like worried about positioning and stuff. So you
this
can
is
guard
cool.
against attacks when you hold one of the trigger buttons. And it's going to vary depending on what type of swing we got going on. So you could do a horizontal guard if they are attacking vertically, vice versa.
Look
I'm
at
just smacking the
this.
crap out of this dude.
I know. Wow.
You can
I
also
didn't
guard.
expect like a semi first person sport in this. This
Yeah.
is interesting.
You know, I actually hope maybe down the line that they add boxing, because I actually enjoyed that
Ooh,
a
I
lot
could see that.
in
Whoa,
Switch
we're like
sports.
over a pool?
Yes, yes.
What? Is this how the sport is in real life?
I don't know if this is a real sport.
Yo! Is this like an American Gladiators like fake sport or like a real
Yes.
sport?
It's very similar to American Gladiators, where you are trying to knock your opponent into the water. There's no life bars in this mode.
There's no lifeguards. Every man for himself.
As you are smacking your opponent and landing an actual hit, you are pushing them further back out. And as the matches progress, the arena gets smaller and smaller.
Yo, what?
This is great. I can't wait to play this.
Is this a real sport? Oh my god. Sport Chanbara. What?
So
This is cool.
this is really cool. This is going against Demetrius here. And
This
it
atrium is
kinda-
gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
It got really tense. So we successfully guarded there, and that stuns your opponent, so you can knock them back a bit.
Whoa.
Oh, come on. And it's so funny because you gotta actually think about your actual positioning of your sword. We knocked him into the water.
Nice.
We have the high ground.
Go for a swim, Demetrius. Cool off.
Oh, it's like that looks so fun. Look how serious we look.
Oh my god. These little kids, they're like little kids, these guys.
Yeah, they're like almost squirrel kids, almost.
People also ask, is Chanbara a real sport? It is an increasingly popular sport in Japan and abroad. It was invented in the 1970s, so it's a pretty new sport.
Perfect match.
Whoa.
Knocked him into the water.
Brutal. He's going to rally, though. He's going to get serious, I think.
No, we already beat him. 2 out of 3.
Oh, 2 out of 3.
Look at that. That's so cool.
Wow. So I don't think it's normally played with a pool underneath, but it should be.
Yes. I think most sports would be improved if there's a pool underneath.
Yo, yes.
And then we eventually head back.
What is Demetrius doing?
We head back into soccer. And this is played with both Joy-Cons. Your left is controlling your movement. So you're actively controlling your movement here. And your right Joy-Con, you're swinging around for different kicks. But the best thing, though, is if you swing both Joy-Cons down, you perform like a diving headbutt.
Okay.
And you could do this at any time.
Like Luigi does.
Yes,
in
like
Smash
Luigi
Brothers.
does. Yeah, it's really cool.
What is these words over people's names? Birthday Tommy, hello Julie, excited Abby, Hero Mike.
These are just AI. I actually
What's
did it.
birthday mean?
It's Tommy's birthday. You didn't get him anything?
No. Damn it.
So this is I think this is the last bit of footage for today, and of course it's of footy. And yo, it's like Rocket League but soccer, which I guess is just soccer.
It's just soccer.
So you have a stamina meter as you're dashing. You'll deplete that. The thing I fell into with this is this similar to my own feelings with soccer, where I'm running back and forth over the ball continuously and just losing stamina. I think it'd be.
I was not a sporty child, but my parents kind of made me try out a bunch of sports to see if any of them would stick because I was too much into video games. They were scared I would get fat, I guess. But it was the 90s. But they were like, "How about soccer?" And I was like, "Too much running." I just straight up did a no on that one.
It's a lot of running, even in this game. So you can't switch between you and your AI. So, I guess zoning is important, but do you trust AI characters to do so? Come on.
There you go. See, I think they should just get into little cars, and then they won't be so tired.
Yeah. So if you were successful in scoring the goal, the neat thing is you can actually kind of showboat for a little bit. You can stick your
Final Andy.
Final Andy and Hero Mike.
The last of the Andes.
So if you score with your character, you can stick your Joy-Cons out and kind of do like the running wings. And then if you do the diving headbutt motion with your Joy-Cons as you're showboating, you do like a knee slide like they do in some soccer matches. God. It's really cute. This game is just oozing cuteness. Only got a couple more seconds here in this game. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. There we go. Come on, it's almost there.
Oh, come on.
Oh no. Well,
we'll never know how it ends.
We'll never know. Spoilers, everybody. I lost that soccer match.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Didn't get past 1-0.
So you won Chanbara, you won bowling, you won
I won tennis.
You lost that little kickoff at the start. That was
we'll just combine that as soccer. So we just globally lost soccer.
Not bad.
We lost at badminton. But yeah, I think we won everything else actually.
You won the cool sports.
We won the cool sports. But yeah, that's a quick look at. This is actually a quick look at Nintendo Switch Sports.
Yeah.
You can play like it says here on the main menu. You can play globally, so I guess you could just play against anyone online or locally here. What you can also do is if you are playing with someone locally, both of you can go online and play together against other folks, which is neat. So
Nice.
if you want to play 2v2 tennis against the internet, y'all can, which is cool.
Nice.
And yeah, Jess,
This
you got any questions
is-
about it?
This is super cute.
I know.
What sports do you want in this game in the future, do you think?
I think boxing would be cool. I think golf would be pretty neat as well.
I want like archery or something. Do you think like with
yeah,
the like
with the Joy-Cons, you could pull it back and just
Yeah.
potentially.
yeah.
What else was in Switch Sports and like not Switch Sports, Wii Sports?
I just remember bowling. I don't remember and tennis. I don't remember anything else about Wii Sports. Besides that, like all the music slapped.
All the music was fantastic.
It's really good.
I
don't know.
Yeah,
But
everything.
you worked up a sweat, huh? Do you think
I
this is
did.
like valid as like a little exercise-y sort of game or
Probably not. It's gonna be super dependent on the game, on the sweat factor. Like bowling, you're probably not gonna work up a sweat.
No.
But I don't know.
Just
I
like
think
in real life.
I had a lot of fun with the Chanbara and the volleyball. Like the volleyball, like we wound up volleying. Oh, volleyball, volley.
Oh.
Back
Yeah.
and forth for quite a while. And that was just like going into it super blind and just completely new. And I imagine as you get better at the timing stuff, that you can just get the ball going faster. It's all real fun. It's all really neat.
Huh. I wonder if they're going to, since they included Chanbara, which is like, the West is not familiar with. I think I could make a sweeping generalization there.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to include other, like,
Combat
obscure for
sports?
us. Yeah, like either combat sports or just like other sports from other countries that we're not super familiar with.
Yeah.
Because that would be really interesting. Like, I don't know a lot about sports outside of the stuff that's just around me culturally.
Yeah.
So, like, learning about entire new sports is, like, really interesting. And I think this would be, like, a good venue for, like, getting people interested in those international style sports.
Yeah.
Like, let's get some,
Highlight.
Let's get some sumo in here. What if that?
These little Switch Sports people are very, very tiny.
They're light.
May have to jump into a sumo suit. Actually, we could probably see like a batting cage style thing.
Oh yeah.
Some baseball. Maybe pickleball, perhaps.
Oh yeah, pickleball. Old people love that.
Old people love pickleball.
Old people love pickleball.
Shuffle. What is shuffleboard? Shuffleboard.
Oh, what about curling?
Curling? We could do.
Curling got some attention last Olympics. I don't know why.
They could make Jeff Backlar very happy and include a hockey.
I guess.
But just thank you for doing the sports with me here.
Yeah. Anytime, fictionally, because I'm lazy.
Nintendo Switch Sports, it's coming out real soon, the end of the month, I believe. Boy, howdy, I gotta go drink some water now.
Mm-hmm. Hydrate, everybody.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Whoa.